Om. Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaye Namo Namaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Friday evening's Yoga Vashistha Satsanga. When it's evening here, it's morning somewhere else, where many of you are joining us from the next day, which is Saturday already. Divine plan works like this. The whole earth is moving, nothing is constant. But yet, day after day, week after week, regularly, all of us get together through grace of God, grace of Guru. Then only a satsang becomes possible, and our shraddha, our faith, self-effort, all these things guide us on this holy path. May we all be blessed as we enjoy the nectar of satsang together. आप सबका धन्यवाद, मंगल, कल्याण. Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami JyotirmayAnanda ji Maharaj, to all sages and saints, all the scriptures, all the religions, and to the divinity in every one of you. आप सबका कल्याण हो. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को. May each of you be divinely blessed as you progress on this journey of self-realization. मुक्ति का मार्ग है, ये आपके गुरु के और भगवान के माध्यम से संभव हो जाता है. It becomes very much possible with yourself, your guru and God, and when you are sincerely putting in your effort towards this beautiful undertaking. Human life is precious. Bad bhagi manav tan pama. Due to grace of God, we have gotten this opportunity, and all of you who are seriously pursuing this path have been doing it for a long time, many lives. Otherwise, look around you, what happens in the world. Very few people are pulled towards the purpose of who am I, why am I here, who created me, what should I do now, what is my purpose of life. When those questions come, they come with a lot of sadhana has already gone in. Then vairagya will come. Vairagya is dispassion, where the world starts to fade away slowly. But not for beginners. Every professor was once in kindergarten, isn't it? Every teacher. So we have to all have patience, grow from our stage where we are. Don't try to see others and say, oh, they are this, they are that. they have progressed so much. No, each bud, each seed has to grow according to their own pace, their own effort. So don't compare, don't contrast. Be who you are and do the very best. An ant is not expected to pick up trees. It is not the job. Elephants are expected to do that. So each of us is given unique talents by God that we should use. हम सबको भगवान अलग अलग शक्तियों से प्रवाहित करते हैं और वही हमको उसको अपने अंदर धारण करना है. So let us thank God for this wonderful Navratri time we all had together. It is now over. Vijayadashmi time. And some of you, I'm so pleased to see you have completed Yogini ji and Meera ji and so many Radha ji. So many of you have really bulked up on the YouTube videos, especially the Devi Mata satsangs and the daily yoga improvements that we are doing. But it is wonderful because during this auspicious time, ऐसे अच्छे समय में जब हम भगवान का ध्यान करते हैं, when we go deeper and we do more satsanga, it is highly auspicious. Even one hearing adds on to your unconscious, but when you do many and you are dedicated, the Devi is very pleased, and through her grace only it's possible. Through her grace, otherwise we don't find 5 minutes of time for life. I'm very busy, I have this to do, I have that to do. But when God's grace comes, you find the time, it automatically happens. So, but without the gratitude to our Guruji Swami JyotirmayAnanda Maharaj, without his blessings, without his teachings, none of us, we would all be going in different directions. So when that energy pulls us together, that is grace of God. Atma Kripa, Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa, grace, all these grace of our parents, of our sages and saints, of God, of Guru, and the grace of the scriptures, and grace of yourself. Yourself, yes, your own self upon yourself. Otherwise, you will find a million reasons not to do something, isn't it? And yet, so many of you do tapasya. This is penance, waking up at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., wherever countries you are. Space and time doesn't matter. Physical contact doesn't matter. It is the journey of the soul. So with this, we pay gratitude to our Guruji and we read his message for today. Swamiji says, blessed self adorations. Every situation in life has a divine purpose. Every situation, painful or joyous, सुख भी आएगा दुख भी आएगा, दोनों में सम रहना सीखो. एंड उसके पीछे भगवान की इच्छा है. It does not happen without a divine purpose. Nothing happens without a divine plan. Everything has been well structured. You eat the food, who digests it? All these complex mechanisms going inside your black box are working through God's grace. You should develop patience during adversity. जब कठिनाई आए तो धैर्य रखना सीखिए. Humility during prosperity. और जब अच्छे दिन आए, खूब अच्छा सुख की प्राप्ति हो, तो उस समय आप जो है नम्रता पूर्वक रहिए. ह्यूमिलिटी. भगवान को धन्यवाद दीजिए, अपने आप को नहीं, भगवान को, कि आपकी कृपा से भगवान ये सब संभव हो पाया है. एंड सेरेनिटी अंडर ऑल कंडीशंस. डोंट लूज योर पीस ऑफ माइंड. थिंग्स कम एंड दे गो. तो serenity is that joyful feeling of deep peace within. If you are elated by prosperity, you are bound to be shaken by adversity. There is no choice. So, therefore, equanimity, being equal in all conditions and circumstances. That doesn't mean you don't have any reactions, or you don't cry, or you don't laugh. That's not the point. The point is that inwardly you are not like a little rabbit shaking every time something happens, good or bad. You say, oh, it will go away, then I will go, what will happen? So many people are always worried, nervous, stressed out. Don't do that. You have done it all your life, and it will continue till our last breath. So we have to learn how to adapt and adjust. सीखिए कैसे हम इस दुविधा से जूझें, और ये भी गुजर जाएगा. Confront adversity with a spirit of resignation to God. So whenever difficulties come, just resign to God. Say, God, I am doing whatever I know. I am very little. You are the mother. You are the God. I am a little kitten. You have to pick me up in your, like a mother, cat mother. She picks you up. So then God will give you the strength. But continue to do what you can do, and say beyond that, say, God, I don't know what else to do. You have to put in your effort. After that, give it to God. Then you will see even that passes away. The hardships will go away. So kuch bhi sthir nahi rehta hai. Even our bodies are always aging, isn't it? Where did our last 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever age we are, where did those years go? So quickly time passes. So if we waste the time, that will never come back. And every hour you put into satsang, every minute you think of God, you are generating abundance of perpetual wealth that comes in handy. It goes in your unconscious. Nothing is wasted. Not even one name is ever wasted. So do not allow your intellect to be affected by sorrow. Chinta, chita saman. Chinta means worry, and chita is a pyre, like where they burn dead bodies. So they say, if you are, some people have a habit of worrying all the time. No reason to worry, yet they worry. Oh, I hope, I don't know what happened here. I don't know what is going to happen. Whatever will happen, your worrying is not solving it. Isn't it? Your worry will not solve it. So what should you do? Pray, pray, do mantra, do japa, do whatever you can do to help others, instead of just wasting time, instead of just thinking of all possible scenarios. So your intellect, when it gets shaded, you guide it properly. You tell your intellect, this is not right, let me not waste my time. And if you are a sadhak, you already know it, then you already are doing it. But still, we are human beings, we get lost, we get frustrated, we all need reminders. ये ध्यान हमको सदैव चाहिएगा. Always we will need reminders. That is why I send you these texts and posts and videos. There is no dearth of information, but to have that connection with the satsang and with the guru, and for that reminder to come in, reinforces our belief, our thought, our path, that this is the path we are on. Otherwise, we are all intelligent people, we are all eating, we all are earning, we all have money, and everything is working. So, but this, without this, we are as if orphans. If we don't have this bhakti, this rasa is the nectar. So that nectar comes from divinity, from God, from the grace of the scriptures. So march on to the blessed goal of self-realization. मुक्ति के मार्ग पर चलो 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 चलो, और कोई चारा नहीं है. अगर वो नहीं पकड़ा तो कितना ही कुछ ही पकड़ लो, सब बेकार हो जाएगा. If you have not picked up self-realization as your goal, and no matter how many other things you have done, they all become insignificant. Because the main purpose of your existence is to connect with divinity, to become one with him, and that is your right. Amritasya putraha. Our Sanatana Dharma guides us again and again that you are the children of nectar. You are not born to grieve, to cry, to be miserable. You are bound to rule, to be ecstatic with joy and to be in bliss. So if you are not feeling that way, then know that something is wrong. So may God bless you. भगवान आपको आशीर्वाद दे, आपका मंगल करे. दाइन स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंदा जी, आपके पूज्य गुरुदेव, may he lead a long healthy life. We pray for his long life. He is 92 currently, and still every day he gives us his nectar. In fact, I exist because of his grace. So no matter how much teachings we do, it will only be like a dust particle on the beach. So many things, but yet one little part of water, that is nectar, amrita. You know what amrit is? Nectar. So even if you get 1,000th of a drop of that nectar, it is enough to make you immortal. There is no quantitative analysis being done here. One drop, half a drop, 1,000th of a drop, 1,000,000th of a drop, or the whole ocean. You can only get amrita, nectar. Nectar means you live perpetually, you won't die. So by drinking more nectar doesn't mean you will live more perpetually. Samajh gaye? It's the same thing. Perpetual means perpetual. Infinity is only one. You don't get two. So that is the grace of God. So always stay humble, always stay insignificant. Christianity also, the meek shall inherit the world, isn't it? Meek. That doesn't mean be like fearful. That simply means be humble, be compassionate, be loving, be bow down like a tree that with flower with fruits bows down even to the people who throw stones. है ना? जिस वृक्ष पर फल लगते हैं वो झुक जाता है, उसके ऊपर कोई पत्थर भी मारे तो भी उसको फल ही देता है. It still gives them fruits only. So we should try to live like that and make our life a living masterpiece, a heaven on earth. And when we all pray together, we all come together, this energy is priceless because we are all sadhaks. We are all sadhaks, meaning aspirants, sincere aspirants working on this journey of spirituality together with love, with compassion, with bhakti, devotion. So with that, let us chant our kirtan and then we will get into Yoga Vashistha. Hari Om. Jaya Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, Pahi Mam, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Raksha Mam, Sharvana Bhava, Sharvana Bhava, Sharvana Bhava, Pahi Mam, Kartikeya, 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 Raksha Mam, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Pahi Mam, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Rakshamam, Jaya Guru Shiva Guru Hari Guru Ram, Jagat Guru Param Guru Sad Guru Sham, Om Adi Guru Advait Guru Anand Guru Om, Chid Guru Chid Ghan Guru Chinmaya Guru Om, Jagat Guru Om Guru Sachitananda, Shankaracharya Shivananda, Jyotirmayananda. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva 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 Shivaya Nama Om. Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Ramchandraya, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Anjaneya, 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 Pahi Mam. Hanumanta, 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 Raksha Mam. Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Pahi Mam. Brahma Shakti, Vishnu Shakti, Shiv Shakti, Raksha Mam. Adi Shakti, Mahashakti, Parashakti, Pahi Mam. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Raksha Mam. Gangarani, 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 Pahi Mam. Bhagirathi, 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 Raksha Mam. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari, Hari Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, 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 Om. So let us continue our journey on Yoga Vashistha. But before we start the chapter, it is section 201, Nirvana Prakarana. Nirvana means mukti, enlightenment, self-realization, God realization. You pick whatever name you want. Doesn't matter. They're all the same. So that is where we are. And Sri Rama is describing his enlightenment experience. We are at the concluding stages of this beautiful scripture, and we will restart after we finish it, whenever that will be. But before we do that, I was talking to David G. About a story we were discussing. He had a post about self effort and divine grace. तो अपनी मेहनत कितनी करनी है और भगवान की कृपा कितनी है, ये चर्चा हो रही थी. तो उस समय हमें एक कहानी याद आ गई. वो कहानी थी चिड़िया की जिसका समुद्र ने खा लिया. तो आई वाज आस्किंग डेविड इफ ही हैड हर्ड द स्टोरी ऑफ the bird that lost its eggs to the ocean, and he said no, he did not. I know I have said it sometimes, which is fine. I will repeat it because it is a good story, and I know maybe Meera ji and others may not have heard it, but it is always a good reminder about the importance of self-effort and divine grace. Self-effort मतलब आपकी अपनी मेहनत. कई लोग बोलते हैं हमें मेहनत करने की क्या जरूरत है, भगवान अगर पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता तो फिर भगवान हमारे लिए करेंगे. ऐसा नहीं होता है. खाना आप ही को चबाना पड़ेगा, खाना आपको पड़ेगा, खाना कहीं से आ जाएगा लेकिन खाना आपको पड़ेगा. somebody will give you the food but you have to eat it. That is your job. So karma yoga, self effort is absolutely needed. So but divine grace is also there. Divine grace, we exist because of divine grace, we breathe because of divine grace, we are here attending satsanga because of the divine grace. 99% is divine grace, maybe 99.9. We are doing just 0.001% or whatever the balance is. But without that, 99% goes away to somebody else. You get nothing because you are labeled as a lazy fellow. भगवान बोलेंगे ये तो मूर्ख इंसान है, ये तो अपना मेहनत भी करने को तैयार नहीं है, तो इसके ऊपर कृपा करके हम क्यों अपना समय बर्बाद करें. वो कृपा किसी और पे चली जाएगी. तो हमेशा अपनी मेहनत करते रहो. Always put in your self effort. So let us discuss this story. I will briefly say it in English and then in Hindi, because I know some people may, especially from India, they don't understand English very well, and I know many people don't know Hindi very well. But I have been blessed enough to speak both languages, so I will try to balance it. But first, since I had made the request to David, first I will say it in English, and then we will move on to Yog Vashistha also. But they are all interrelated. Nothing is out of syllabus, so to speak. So there is a bird. Once she had laid eggs on the beach, whatever reason, near the beach, and then a big wave came and the eggs went into the ocean. Now, you see, birds also have emotions, they have sentiments just like we do. So the bird was very upset, because the eggs are her babies. Out of the eggs will the hatch the little birds. So the bird got very upset at the ocean god, and what she decided to do is, she said, I'll empty the ocean. Little bird wanting to empty the ocean, just think about it. How is it even possible? But she didn't know all that. She went to, near the beach, there was a little bit of straw. She put the straw in her beak. In her beak, she went to the ocean, the waves in the ocean, and dipped the straw, came out on the mud, the sand, and shook it. She's taking the water out, going and again doing the same thing, dipping it, taking it out, shaking it. So it so happens that this bird is putting in serious self effort, right? And she's angry that her eggs have been taken away by the ocean god. So suddenly Sage Narada arrives there. Narada says, Sage Narad means satsanga. Whenever there is satsanga, think all these sages and saints are here. Whether we see them or not, they are blessing us. That's how we all come together. And Narad is watching at this bird, and he stops there and he asks the bird, oh, little bird, what are you doing? She says, I'm so mad. This ocean god has taken away um, my eggs, and these are my children. I want my eggs back. Narada smiled at her and he said, yeah, but you know, let me give you a little bit of guidance. You are doing in so much effort anyway. If I give you a mantra, and if you chant that mantra, I think it will help you. The bird said with folded hands, listening, yes, please tell me what you have to say. He said, listen, continue to do what you're doing. Don't change anything. Pick up your straw and go and dip it in the ocean, come out and shake it, but add something to it. Add Om Shri Garudaye Namaha. Om Shri Garudaye Namaha. Garuda is the big vulture, which is considered as the vehicle of Lord Vishnu and Mata Lakshmi. And he is big. Imagine, our minds cannot process it easily. God, who has created the whole cosmos, for him this world is nothing but a grain of sand only. And for Garuda also, the ocean is nothing but a small cow's hoof, like a little bit of a hoof of a cow. That's it. That's how small it is. So Garuda, and Narada told the bird that you are a bird, he is a bird. So you pray to Garuda, not to me, not to Narada, but Narada became Satsanga. He became the Guru to guide her what to do. So she did that, and then Garudaji came. He was pleased, obviously, that um, my kind, another bird, is in pain. So he came and asked her, what you are chanting my name, I am here. She says, Garudaji, please help me, I am in pain, my eggs are gone. So Garudaji immediately, he could have sucked the whole ocean with his beak. So he As soon as he was getting ready to do that, the ocean god got scared. The ocean god came out, folded his hands to Garudaji, and he says, please don't dry me up. It's only eggs. I will give it right back. He gave it right back. See? So the mystical meaning is self-effort of the bird was there. Om Shri Garudaya Nama, picking the straw, going, dipping, throwing it, doing her work. And divine grace came from Narada and Garudaji. Once they came, the problem was done, solved. So now think about this a little bit more, deeper. What we are trying to attain is enlightenment. Mukti. These are simple words to say, huh? Enlightenment, mukti, nirvana, God realization, self realization, this, that. So many scriptures and so many things we post all the time. Well, what is it really? And that all we are trying to do is put it in our little beaks, take a little straw, right? And dip it, and we are shaking it. So that is all. But we need the satsanga of the Guru and the Garudaji and gods and the divinity and the blessings, the grace to come. When that grace comes, nothing is too big, nothing is too difficult. Enlightenment otherwise is so, people say, so difficult. But yet it can be so easy for someone who is already blessed with that. So now let me switch on to Hindi so people can understand. The Hindi speaking people will understand it better. I hope you understood. So the main lesson is that self-effort and divine grace both are needed. Don't think that divine grace will come. If you don't do it, it all gets multiplied with zero. It becomes a zero only. So apna sadhana karo, you have to do your penance, you have to wake up in the morning, you have to do your japa, you have to do your scriptures, whatever you are doing, and your heart should tell you. तो अब हम हिंदी में ये कथा कर लेते हैं. एक चिड़िया जिसके बच्चे अंडे दिए थे, अब अंडे जो थे उस वो समुद्र के किनारा था, तो समुद्र की लहर आई और अंडे समुद्र में बह गए. अब क्या करें? तो अब जो अंडे हैं समुद्र ले गया, तो चिड़िया को बहुत दुख हुआ क्योंकि उसके बच्चे हैं. किस माँ को दुख नहीं होगा जिसका बच्चा चला जाए? तो वो रोने लगी, लेकिन उस केवल रोई नहीं, उसने बोली मैं इस समुद्र को दंड दूंगी और इस समुद्र को मैं खाली करूंगी. एक चिड़िया का, छोटी सी चिड़िया का ये संकल्प हो गया. अब वो क्या करी? अपने मुंह में तिनका डाली, जो सामने पड़ा था तिनका डाल के समुद्र की लहर में गई, अपने आप को भिगोया, उस तिनके को भिगोया और बाहर आकर उसको छिड़कने लगी. और उसके बाद ऐसे ही वो करती रही, बहुत देर तक किया. तो नारद जी गुजर रहे थे वहां से. नारद जी आपको पता ही है कितने बड़े साधु संत, सत्संग के प्रतीक हैं. जहां पर भी जाते हैं लोगों का कल्याण और सत्संग होता है. तो उन्होंने इस छोटी सी चिड़िया को देखा और देखकर बहुत उन्हें हंसी भी आई और अजीब भी लगा. पूछा उससे, चिड़िया से, उसकी भाषा में कि ये बेटा तुम क्या कर रहे हो? इतनी देर से तुम ऐसे मेहनत करते हो और ये छिड़क रहे हो बार बार जल को, पूरा इतना बड़ा समुद्र. तो उस चिड़िया ने फिर बताया अपनी समस्या कि मेरे अंडे समुद्र में डूब गए हैं, तो अब मैं क्या करूं? तो अब उन अंडों को उसके लिए नारद जी मुस्कुराए, बोले देखो तुम जो कर रहे हो ये करते रहो, बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ मंत्र एक जोड़ लो, ओम श्री गरुड़ाय नमः. मतलब कि तुम भी पक्षी, गरुड़ जी भी पक्षी. वो विष्णु जी और लक्ष्मी जी के वाहन हैं. जहां पर भी विष्णु जी, और इतने बड़े हैं कि ऐसे कई धरती के समुद्र उनकी छोटी सी, उनकी उसमें चोंच में आसानी से भर के, चुल्लू जितना पानी भी नहीं लगेगा उसको खाली करने में. तो बोले तुम उनकी आराधना करो और भक्ति करो. सो वही वो पंछी करने लगी, बोली जी जैसी आज्ञा गुरुदेव. तो ओम श्री, अब वही करती थी, ओम श्री गरुड़ाय नमः, ओम श्री गरुड़ाय नमः करते हुए अपना तिनका उठाती थी, जल में डालती थी, बाहर आके छिड़क देती थी. तो जब ऐसे होने लगा, गरुड़ जी तक वो ध्वनि पहुंची, ओम श्री गरुड़ाय नमः. तो गरुड़ जी प्रसन्न हुए, नीचे आके उसको बोले कि देखो तुम्हारी हम तुमसे प्रसन्न हैं, क्या समस्या है? तो बोली गरुड़ जी मेरे अंडे चले गए हैं इस समुद्र में और अब मैं क्या करूं, मेरे को तो मेरे बच्चे चाहिए। तो समुद्र गरुड़ जी बोले ये कौन सी मुश्किल बात है, 1 मिनट में हम इसको पी जाएंगे तो सब हो जाएगा। तो जैसे ही वो जल को पीने लगे, समुद्र देव बहुत भयभीत हुए, दंडवत खड़े होके प्रणाम किया गरुड़ जी को, बोले महाराज क्या आज्ञा है। बोले तुमने हमारी इस छोटी सी पक्षी के अंडे लिए हैं, वापस करो। तो उसी समय समुद्र देव ने वो अंडे उसको वापस कर दिए और वो पक्षी खुश हो गया। तो ये क्या है, दिव्य अपनी आपकी अपनी मेहनत, जिसको बोलते हैं सेल्फ एफर्ट, उसके बिना ये संभव नहीं होता। तो संकल्प जब हम लेते हैं कि हमें मुक्ति चाहिए, हमें भगवान मिल जाएं, ये ऐसा ही संकल्प है। हम छोटे छोटे पक्षी ही तो हैं, उनसे बढ़ के थोड़ा ही हैं, वैसा ही हैं। और समुद्र जितना बड़ा कार्य हमको करना है, भगवान से मिलना है। तो ये कैसे संभव होता है, अपना जब आपको जप मिलता है, कीर्तन मिलता है, मंत्र मिल जाता है, ओम श्री रामाय नमः, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम दुर्गाय नमः, ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः। लेकिन श्रद्धा के साथ, यू हैव टू हैव फेथ। If you don't have faith, then it won't work. You have to have deep faith, then only you will do it. तो जब वो फेथ से करोगे तो क्या होगा, वही जैसे गरुड़ जी आए वैसे ही ब्रह्मा जी, शिव जी, विष्णु जी, हनुमान जी, देवी, जो भी आपके इष्ट हैं, दे विल ऑल कम। वो आके आपकी मेहनत मदद करेंगे और आपको इस भव सागर से उठा लेंगे। दे विल लिफ्ट यू फ्रॉम दिस मिजरी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड प्रोसेस दैट वी आर ऑल एंटेंगल्ड इन। So that is why self effort, divine grace, both always are needed. ठीक है। सो ये ध्यान रखिए कि मुक्ति कहना बहुत आसान है, लेकिन उसको पाने के लिए हमें कितना प्रयास करना चाहिए, ये अब आप खुद सोचो। हाउ मच एफर्ट वी शुड पुट इन टू गेट सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन? कैन वी डू इट बाय आवरसेल्व्स? कैन आई से, oh yeah, I'm a bird, but with my beak I will empty the hole? You have to have that will, but you don't have the capability, you see. That has to come from divine grace, their effort. Through that only enlightenment will come. You think, oh, I have done so much, I have read so much, I have read so many books, I have read so many philosophers, I have studied so many religions. All that is okay, but it is nothing more than a straw in your little beak. That's all it is. So I wanted to share this, and thank you, David G, for posting that post. Because of that, we are discussing this now with everyone. So let us move on to section 201. We are discussing the concluding phase of Yoga Vashistha, where Vashistha Muni has been guiding Lord Rama for a very long time about what is enlightenment, what is mukti, why should we do it, what is the, and so many questions Lord Rama had. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, so many questions Arjuna had also, isn't it? So, section 201, Sri Rama describes his blissful experience. So, that is, Sage Valmiki is the author of Yoga Vashistha. Sage Valmiki, the same Valmiki who also wrote Ramayana. Initial phase of Ramayana was done by Sage Valmiki, and he is also the same as he was a highway robber himself, Valmiki ji, a murderer and a highway robber. Imagine, from there he ascended into a self-realized sage. मुक्त आत्मा बनकर कितने लोगों का वो कल्याण किए, अब वो कैसे पता चल पाएगा? Nobody can know fully. So, Sri Rama describes his blissful experience. Sage Valmiki narrates, the next day the listeners gathered again in the assembly hall of King Dashrath in Ayodhya. Reflecting upon the teachings of the previous day, their faces were beaming with joy. When it rains, everybody benefits. When the fruits come on a big tree, everybody benefits. They can all enjoy it. Much in the same way, when satsanga is being given, narrated, chanted, everybody benefits from it. Reflecting upon the teachings, after offering their adorations to the sage, they occupied their respective seats. This is in a palace, not in the jungle, not in the forest, not in some place here, there, in the epicenter of total luxury. Think about that for a minute. They're kings, they have all kinds of palaces and all kinds of opulence and luxury, but there, instead of getting sucked into sense objects, they are having satsang. Beautiful satsang is going on. So the king, as well as Rama and other princes, also prepared themselves to listen to the nectarine words of the sage. This is what used to happen. Even kings used to prostrate to sages and saints and get their guidance from them. How to run the kingdom, what is ethical, what should we do, what should we not do. I wish more people did that. Um, but we are in a different time frame, different world. So but that is how it used to be in ancient times. Shri Vashistha said, O Rama, you are the moon in the firmament of the Raghu's race. So Raghu Kul means family. Raghu is Lord Rama's caste. Raghu Kul Reet. So they were all called the Raghuvanshis. What else would you like to hear? What is your experience now? So his Guruji, Vashishth Muni, is asking, okay, so now I have narrated this, given you this Yog Vashisht teachings for a very long time, and where do you stand now? What is your experience? Remember, in Bhagavad Gita, in the end, Lord Krishna asked the same question from Arjuna. What is your experience? Do you have any more questions? Arjuna said, no, I am fully satisfied. No more questions. I will now fight. Before, it took 700 shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita. Here also Rama asked all kinds of questions, and here the Guru is all again asking, what is your experience? Forget about what I taught you. What is your own experience? And that is the beauty of Vedanta, Sanatana Dharma, and any religion you follow with faith and with love, believing in it fully, you will attain that nectar. But it has to be your own experience. You cannot just read it. You cannot just theoretically say, I've done this, I've done that, I've read the Bhagavad Gita. So many intellectual professors are there, isn't it? So many, and many are writing so many books, so many titles, so many millions of followers, this, that. But what good is it? All intellectual only. So that has to be experience. If you are hungry, I cannot eat food for you. Can I? You have to eat it. Only then your hunger will go away. Otherwise, you will continue to remain hungry. Actually, every bite I take will make you more angry because you are not getting it. So that is not spirituality. Spirituality means you find happiness, joy, and contentment within your own heart. Not because you were reading a scripture and the scripture says this, that. Cash business. This is joy now, happiness now, peace now, ecstasy now. Tomorrow will also be there, of course, but don't be in this false hope that okay, one day I will get there. It doesn't work like that. If you are not happy now, you will not be happy later on. So therefore, Lord Rama is being put on the podium. He has to come and say, okay, Guruji, you told me this, you told me that. Now where I stand, let me share with you. He says, O sage, by your grace, by your grace. Not because I am Brahman, not because I am Vishnu, not because I am an avatar of God, but O Guru, by your grace, I have become like a moon in the cloudless sky. No clouds, the moon becomes beaming and shining, full moon. The sufferings of the world have ceased. No more itching, no more agitation, no more pain, no more misery. They have ceased. That's it. The knots of my heart have been rent asunder. knots. So there are 3 knots. The knots are very naughty. They hold us to the world process. That is why we keep getting born again and again and again. ये चक्र जो है जन्म मरण का, ये चलता रहा है, चलता रहेगा, और जब तक आप इसको नहीं काटोगे, अपने आप नहीं कटने वाला है। गोल रास्ते का कोई अंत नहीं आता, आपको एक कोई ना कोई एग्जिट लेना ही पड़ेगा। ऐसे ही भगवान यहाँ पर बता रहे हैं दैट ये 3 ग्रंथियां, there are 3 knots in every one of us, whether we are enlightened or non-enlightened, whether we have rajas or tamas or sattva, doesn't matter. Just like we all have 2 legs and 2 hands and 2 eyes and so on, whether we are American or Japanese or Indian or whatever, doesn't matter. What religion we are, how does it matter? We all have the same composition. We are born, we will die, we have red blood. We give birth, we eat. We don't eat from the nose, everybody eats from the mouth, isn't it? So everything is the same, but we have different ways of getting there, that's all. So there are 3 knots which everybody has. They are called karma granthi, kama granthi, avidya granthi in Hindi. Karma granthi means the knot of action, Kama Granthi, the knot of desire, Avidya Granthi, the knot of ignorance. So these 3 knots have to be untied, opened, and if you won't open them, or if you can't open them, doesn't matter how much spirituality we are doing, we are basically progressing, but we are not enlightened. We are basically making attempts to open the knot. So that's called karma. Karma granthi means physical. So you basically physically purify yourself. शुद्धिकरण, कर्म ग्रंथि, ये ग्रंथियों का मतलब कि आपकी गांठें बंधी हुई हैं। जब तक गांठें नहीं खुलेंगी तब तक भगवान नहीं मिलने वाले, क्योंकि गांठ बंधा है। इसीलिए सत्संग खत्म होता है, हम बोलते हैं वही क्रोध, वही काम, वही लोभ, वही मोह, वही मत्सर्य, वही जेलसी, वही ये सब दुनियादारी क्यों चलता रहता है? क्योंकि ये ग्रंथि इतनी मजबूत हो चुकी है। These desires, we say, Swamiji, when we do satsanga, it makes sense. We are in sattva. When it ends, we are back to the same old worldly things and this and that and jealousy and the anger, and nothing is changing. That is because of many lifetimes of doing these things again and again. So therefore, the roots are very strong of these rajas, tamas. So we have to take a lot of time, more satsanga, more sattva, more purity, more japa, more dhyana. Then slowly we will make a difference, isn't it? So ye karma granthi is to open the knots of the action. So we do selfless service, volunteer service, share our talents with others, do satsanga, guide others if we know what to do, help others selflessly. Because if you are doing it for money, then the knot is there, because you are very naughty. You are not able to even give a little bit of credit to somebody or help somebody. What will I get, you ask? So that is the problem. तो वो समस्या है, उसके लिए अपना देना सीखो, हाथ खोलना सीखो. If you can't do much physically, do charity. If you have lots of money and the money is sitting, so then help an organization, help a poor child, go feed the homeless, do something. Or if you have talents, then share your talents. केवल पैसे की जरूरत नहीं है, मेहनत की जरूरत है, श्रद्धा की जरूरत है, भक्ति की जरूरत है. Whatever you have, whatever talents you have, then slowly the heart will start to open up. क्योंकि जो हमारा ये जो कर्म ग्रंथि है, ये धीरे धीरे खुलने लगेगी. तो फिर क्या होगा? What happens? Anytime you release pressure, what happens? Peace comes, शांति मिलती है कि नहीं? जब हमारा कोई वरी होता है, सडनली यू आर वेटिंग फॉर योर चाइल्ड टू कम, अरे 11 बज गया, रात का नहीं आया, होप इज ओके. सडनली देयर इज अ नॉक ऑन द डोर एंड द चाइल्ड इज होम. नाउ यू विल से व्हाट टुक यू सो लॉन्ग, दिस दैट, बट इनवर्डली यू आर नाउ टोटली एट पीस. अब वरी खत्म हो गया है. ऐसे ही जब आपका भक्ति रस और कर्म रस आने लगेगा, आप ये सब कर्म करने लगोगे, तो आपको जो चेतना में विस्तार मिलेगा, एक्सपेंशन, इट्स कॉल्ड एक्सपेंशन इन कॉन्शियसनेस. योर कॉन्शियसनेस विल एक्सपैंड. दैट इज व्हाई दे से गिव गिव गिव. We come on, we are born in this earth, wow, मुट्ठी बंद करके आते हैं ना, we have our fists closed as if we have something in our fists. Little baby born has his fist closed. Then when we die, we say, oh, hands are open, nothing we can take, not even a broken needle. So therefore, what we do now, how we help others matters. And therefore we open these granthis also. Not only that, you are making a difference in the world, most importantly, you are helping yourself. You are opening your knots. You only can open them. A guru can only tell you, do this, do this, do this, ye karo, wo karo, don't do this and do this. Up to you. You do it or you don't do it, up to you. So the people who do it, they become advanced sadhaks, they get they climb the heights and they find the bliss, they find the peace. And others also, they also take diksha, they also take initiation, they also take the mantra, nothing happens. Why not? Because never came to satsang, never did this, never did that, just had this feeling, oh, a guru gave me a mantra. How will the mantra help you when you are not helping yourself? So this is the matter. दूसरा बात है कि कर्म काम ग्रंथि is to open the desires of the heart, endless desires. Trishna na jirna vayameva jirna, and there will be no end to your desires. Our body only will end. Isn't it? Our body has to one day end, but the desires will not end. So therefore you have to become vairagya, desireless. That means आया तो भला, नहीं आया तो भला. महल में सोने को मिल गया तो बहुत अच्छा, नीचे झोंपड़ी में किसी के भूमि पर सोने को मिल गया तो भी अच्छा. डोंट कंप्लेन, बी लर्न इक्वानिमिटी. हर हालत में मस्त होना सीख जाओ. Third, not, we are discussing very deep Vedanta, although we are making fun and enjoying along the way, but it's very deep understanding. Otherwise, at the theoretical level, it will stay theory only, unless you do something about it. The final thing is, the third thing is called avidya granthi. Avidya meaning ignorance. That's what avidya means. And how do you remove ignorance? Through jnana, knowledge, wisdom. And that comes through two things. One is your own effort, like you are all already putting in, attending satsangs, doing your sadhana, doing your japa, doing your mantra, listening to the scriptures and following through. वो सब आपका है, so that is there. So, and the second thing is Guru's guidance also, following Guru Kripa, his grace. Like we are all so blissful, and what we are doing in this world is making a big difference in a small way. We don't have to do big things, but the difference we are making, it's not the quantity of people. I always say, ये नहीं फर्क पड़ता कि कितने लोग हैं, कितनी श्रद्धा है ये मैटर करता है, कितनी भक्ति है, कितना हमारे अंदर जो है वो भाव है, उसका वो असली चीज है. तो जब हम भगवान को भावना से प्रार्थना करते हैं, श्रद्धा से फॉलो करते हैं, तो हमारे अविद्या ग्रंथि खुल जाती है. अविद्या ग्रंथि अपने आप नहीं खोल सकते हैं, वो भगवान की कृपा से खुलती है. अविद्या ग्रंथि, the knot of ignorance, you cannot open it. That is the final one, the curtain that has to be first diffused so it becomes transparent in order for you to see what's behind the curtain. That curtain, behind the curtain is the Atma, and that is it becomes more and more translucent. First it's opaque, you don't know anything, then slowly with purification it starts to become a little transparent, little translucent. Slowly you see more and more, and when it becomes completely transparent, then you have realized. That is, God opens that curtain for you, and there is no more you and me, no more my and thine. It becomes one. So, Lord Rama here is saying, the knots of my heart have been rent asunder. अर्थात मेरी ये जो ग्रंथियां हैं अब खुल गई हैं. This is what Lord Rama is trying to explain. all my limitations have dissolved. तो जो मेरी जो लिमिटेशंस थी, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, वो नहीं कर सकता, अब ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, सब खत्म हो गया, evaporated, gone, dissolved. My intellect purified by the knowledge of Brahman shines like a crystal in the temple of purity. जैसे एक क्रिस्टल रहता है, क्रिस्टल जैसे व्हाट इज क्रिस्टल कॉल्ड इन हिंदी, आई डोंट नो, जैसे जो पारदर्शी शीशा है समझ लीजिए, तो जो भी रंग उसमें आप दिखाएंगे वही दिखेगा. सो जस्ट लाइक इन अ क्रिस्टल, वट एवर कलर यू गिव, if there's blue it will reflect blue, if you show red it will reflect red, and as soon as you take red away it becomes colorless again. So that is what your Atma is. Whatever we do in that crystal, we only see Brahman, because now we have reached that phase. My mind, Rama, Lord Rama is giving his experience. So if some of you start feeling like this, then know you are getting close to enlightenment. Bhagavad Gita also, chapter 2 you read, shloka 55 to 72, gives you all the Siddha Purusha Lakshana, what are all the characteristics of enlightened beings. Then you measure yourself with it also. That Bhagavad Gita is not only for Arjuna, isn't it? It's for you and me, it's for us. And then therefore, if we want enlightenment, we should go there, read what Lord Krishna is saying. Then the second, don't leave it there. don't just read it and leave it there. Analyze and say, how do I feel? If I have to face this, what would I do? मैं क्या करूंगा, मेरी क्या हालत होगी, मैं कैसे इसको संभालूंगा. जब आप उस लेवल पे आएंगे, only then you will find what to do, how to improve it, and you will benefit. Otherwise it's only, satsang is always good, it will never hurt you, but it will go in your unconscious. और अगर आपने उसका दूसरा कदम नहीं लिया, if you didn't take the following steps, then it will fructify some other time, in some other life, in some other birth. But if you do it now, you are ensuring it now, in this very life. That is the difference. So then Lord Rama says, my mind is enjoying profound contentment. मेरे मन के अंदर अब परम शांति बस गई है. I am enjoying this bliss. It is no longer desirous of listening to more teachings or interested in the performance of actions. This is also there. You read so many scriptures, so many people, so many philosophers, so many books, so many things. But then what happens? After you graduate, no more. Once you are becoming a doctor, how many studies, how many things, how many exams, all these things you have to do. But once you have done it, you are done and over. Now all that knowledge is in you. You don't have to pick up a book every time. Much in the same way, जब आपके पास ये साक्षात्कार प्राप्त हो जाता है, तो ये सभी ग्रंथ, सभी पुस्तकें, सभी मंत्र, सभी जप, सभी ध्यान, ये सब के सब आपके दास बन के खड़े हो जाते हैं. They all become like humble servants and they stand in front of you, because ultimately you have now graduated, you have finished your purpose of human body. The reason you were born, you have already accomplished it. So therefore, there is, Lord Rama says, क्या करूंगा मैं पढ़ के, what will I benefit by all these things or actions? If I do actions or I don't do actions, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ये वो कह सकता है जो आत्म साक्षात्कार प्राप्त कर चुका है. The person who has achieved that status can only say, आप और हम नहीं कह सकते. You and I should not and cannot make that mistake, thinking we are very evolved, we don't need scriptures, we don't need this. That is simply to show you the end goal. Once you reach there, nothing else is needed. But we should not think we have reached there yet. Unless the journey is totally clear, there is no fog, you have touched on your heart, and then all teachings are over. At that time, you are Brahman. You are no longer a human being. You have become God personified. This is what Sanatana Dharma teaches you. Aham Brahmasmi, or Ayam Atma Brahma, Pragyanam Brahma. ठीक है ना? All these things go together, but we have to be entitled to say that. We are not entitled yet. We will be, जब हमको मुक्ति प्राप्त हो जाएगी, आत्मज्ञान प्राप्त हो जाएगा, तब ये सब संभव है. So he says, but right now he's telling his guru, he says it enjoys the deep peace of deep sleep. जैसे आपको गूढ़ निद्रा में आनंद आता है ना, वैसा ही आनंद आपको प्रत्येक पल में मिलता है जब साक्षात्कार की प्राप्ति हो जाती है. So just like you get what happens in your deep sleep, the most comfortable thing you experience is when you are in deep sleep. Your body is not awake, none of the senses are working, none of the things, the mind is relaxed, there is no stress, no worry, and you have gone into another world, isn't it? तो जो डीप स्लीप वाली स्थिति है, जिसको बोलते हैं गूढ़ निद्रा, दैट स्टेट ऑफ डीप स्लीप रामा इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग while awake, while he is doing his duties, while he is talking, while he is eating, while he is smelling and doing his daily functions. That level of shanti, param shanti, peace does not come easily. ये सबके बस की बात नहीं है. उसकी, who will get it? The person who is sincerely putting in the effort day by day, and he is enjoying that nectar. He has earned it, in other words. That is what it is. Because what was the question? Question from Vashistha Muni, his guru, was, how are you feeling? What is going on inside you? So he is sharing it with all of us, for our benefit. So we should not be deluded. When we say we have a high state, this, that, then we should know that this is what we have to be enlightened. So my mind is no longer involved in the memories of the past. It has no longings for the pleasures of the objects. All its desires have dissolved. We just talked about it. It's known as Kama Granthi, desires. That knot of the desires has been opened. That's what Lord Rama is trying to tell you here. And you and I also, all of us have to do those things. They are mandatory tasks. We cannot think, अरे अच्छा हो जाएगा. If not now, then a few births from now or 100 births from now. But that exercise has to be completed. No choice. So if we learn and we do it properly, the sooner we do it, the better it is. So he says it has no longings for the pleasures of the objects. मतलब क्या मतलब कि वैराग्य आना ही होगा. वैराग्य means dispassion. Dispassion has to come. If dispassion has not come, if all the worldly objects are very alluring, every sale looks attractive to you, everything looks very good, and all the parties you want to attend, every nice fashion you want to do, then understand, that's okay. Nobody is telling you it's wrong, but understand that enlightenment is far away. Why? Because you have mentally not found the right place. You feel unhappy, dissatisfied. That's why you're trying to find pleasure in sense objects, isn't it? सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स मतलब कि संसार की वस्तुएं. यू आर थिंकिंग, ओके दिस विल गिव मी मोर जॉय, दैट विल गिव मी मोर जॉय इफ आई फाइंड दिस फूड और दिस ऑब्जेक्ट और दैट वेकेशन और दिस क्लोथ्स और दैट काइंड ऑफ वॉच और दैट काइंड ऑफ सेल फोन और अ कार, आई विल फाइंड मोर हैप्पीनेस. ऑल दैट इज ओनली fooling yourself, and you have fooled yourself till now, isn't it so? Because if that was going to give you happiness, you would have been happy. Why are you unhappy again and again and again and again? This is why Lord Rama says that desire, kama granthi, has to be dissolved. Then only the objects will take their power of attracting you away. They will no longer attract you. What will attract you? God will attract you. Your japa, your whole purpose of your human body. You will look at your human body like a precious tool, like an object. You will not say this is me, but you will say this is my body and I have to do lots of things with it. Just like a surgeon cannot do surgery with his brain, he knows what to do, but he needs instruments to do it, isn't it? एक कोई अच्छा सर्जन है जिसको सर्जरी करना है, उसके पास अच्छे औजार नहीं है, तो वो पेशेंट को कैसे बचाएगा, कैसे सर्जरी करेगा, उसको छोटे से बड़ा सब, इसीलिए सब इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स अच्छे से रखते हैं। फिर वो नर्स पकड़ाती है, दिस दैट, ही विल से गिव मी दिस, गिव मी दिस, गिव मी दिस। दिस इज व्हाट गुरुज डू। They are doing surgeries of different kinds for different people, but the patient also has to say, I'm willing to get the surgery done. Patient says, I'm fine, then doctor will say, okay, well then whenever you need, come. तो यही होता है। तो यहाँ पर भगवान बता रहे हैं कि काम ग्रंथि भी नष्ट हो गई है। द सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स डिजायर्स हैव गॉन। ये बहुत ऊंचा ज्ञान है। दिस इज नॉट अ, यू विल नॉट गेट दिस नॉलेज इजीली एनीवेयर एल्स इन द मार्केट प्लेस एंड इन दिस स्मॉल सत्संग्स, दिस दैट यू लिसन, नन ऑफ दैट। नोबडी विल टॉक दिस लेवल ऑफ डेप्थ, बिकॉज दिस इज ब्रह्म ज्ञान। ब्रह्म ज्ञान बहुत ऊंचा ज्ञान है। What do you get in this world? How to become a millionaire, how to become a millionaire, how to become famous, how to have more friends, how to be more social. This is what the world will teach you. Very few people will teach you what is the purpose of your life, why you are here. So many births and death you have gone through, you will continue to do more of that only. Just like mirage water, ओशन वाटर, सॉल्टी वाटर पीते जाओ, हाँ पीते जाओ, क्या होगा, और प्यास लगेगा, और प्यास लगेगा, और पियोगे और बस खत्म। क्या मिलेगा, शांति कहाँ मिलेगा? यू विल नॉट गेट पीस फ्रॉम देयर। बट दिस थिंग what you are finding here is high level. So wherever you are, judge yourself where you feel, and you cannot force it either. ये भी ध्यान रख लो, वैराग्य जबरदस्ती नहीं खींचा जाता है कि वैराग्य 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 हो गया। ऐसा नहीं होता है। You will not get dispassion just like that. It comes through lot of sadhana. It comes through God's grace. It comes through your self effort, and we have already been through that story today. So he says, डिवाइड ऑफ द थॉट्स ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स, मतलब अब मैं किसी चीज की चिंता नहीं करता हूं कि ये मिले वो मिले, अब कुछ इच्छा नहीं है। फ्रीड ऑफ द डिजायर्स ऑफ द माइंड, अब मन में भी ये नहीं है कि मेरे को इतना चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए। एंड सो मेनी पीपल डाई ओनली थिंकिंग ऑफ चुन्नू मुन्नू, फैमिली, दिस दैट, मनी एंड फ्रेंड्स, दे डाई लाइक दैट, एंड it's a life wasted simply. That is not the way to die. You should think of God, you should think of your sadhana, of your guru, then you will be enlightened and your births will be valuable. Otherwise all this is a mirage. That's all we have done. So that's what here Lord Rama is saying, I have no thoughts of objects, I have no desires in my mind, I don't need anything. I'm tript. Atma tript is the word. Atma tripti meaning I am totally contented. Have you seen anybody generally who's totally contented? You talk to people, so many, a millionaire is so unhappy because he's not a billionaire. A billionaire is so unhappy because he wants to do this, he doesn't have the right power, he's not the president or something. तो कोई भी इसमें सुख नहीं है. There is no happiness in these objects, no matter how alluring or how charming they may seem. So that's what Lord Rama, and remember Lord Rama is a prince. He's not a king yet. King is King Dashrath, his father, but he's a prince, so he has no shortage of anything. उनको पास किसी चीज की कमी नहीं है. तो जब when you free the desires, then what happens? Your mind becomes totally at peace, as if it's in a deep sleep state. Otherwise माइंड इज अ मंकी माइंड, बंदर की तरह उछलता रहेगा, ये थॉट वो थॉट, ये करना वो करना, ये वी विल कीप ऑन रनिंग 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 रनिंग, एंड देन वी गेट एग्जॉस्टेड, वी स्लीप, वी वेक अप, वी डू द सेम थिंग अगेन. तो उससे सुख नहीं मिलता, ना सुखमस्ति. सुख कहाँ मिलता है? आत्मा में. That's वो, therefore we only know deep sleep. Most of us, we find so much happiness, but then if you do it consciously, then it is known as meditation, and when you have perfected it, it is known as sahaj samadhi, enlightenment. In that state, there is, you don't have to do any japa. No mantra needed, no reading of scriptures are required, whatever. That's why we say Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murtim, Puja Moolam Guru Padam, Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksh Moolam Guru Kripa. Meaning that they have reached that state that just by their thought power, by their word, by their actions, by their look, they can change things. They have become divine. They have become a divine instrument of God, and they have become Brahman. So they will look externally, they will look like you and me, they will have diseases, they will grow old, they will also die. But inwardly, they are giants, spiritual giants who can guide many people and get them enlightened. But they cannot put their hand on your head and say you get enlightenment and you become. That will not happen. If it was that easy, they would have done it already. They are so compassionate, so full of love. And then they would have not only done it to you and me, they would have done it to the ants, to the animals, to the elephant, to the cat, to the rat, to the dog, to the plants and the trees. Why not? If you can give liberation like that. तो इतना आसान नहीं है मुक्ति का मार्ग. आपको खुद उसको खोदना पड़ेगा. खुद गड्ढा में गिरे हैं, हमें खुद बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा. But a guru is the one who is bringing you a rope. Do you want it? You are in the ditch. Do you want the rope or not? If you don't want it, no problem. How you say something else will happen. Let me take my chances. Sure. Or you can try to come out on your own. All these things are there. Lord Rama needed a guru, Lord Krishna needed a guru, and guru means not the body, knowledge, the divinity, the energy that connects you to that divinity. That is the real meaning of the guru, and a teacher who is going to get you in touch with your inner self. That is the real meaning of a guru, and then his role is over. Once you have found your inner self, then your role is over. But it's easily said, like we read these beautiful tweets and quotes from Bhagavad Gita and so on. Once you find it, it's done. But easily said. To find it can take you how many births? That's a different question, isn't it? तो ये जो है, ये छोटा बात नहीं है जो हम बोलते हैं मिल गया तो सब हो गया. जो है, इसीलिए हमारे पास इतना शक्ति नहीं है कि हम बोले हमें सब ज्ञान हो गया. Just keep on. For me also, and I am always sticking on to, that is the center, the epicenter. Holding on to the Guru's lotus feet has brought us till here and will continue. And a Guru never leaves his sincere disciples. If the disciples are sincere, the Guru will make sure that they are not left in darkness, that they don't fall apart. They are guided, whether the Guru is in physical form or not. It doesn't matter. He will guide you. आपका मंगल अवश्य होगा. So he says, I have attained the fullness of nirvana or liberation. So this is how Lord Rama is saying, मुझे मुक्ति प्राप्त हो चुकी है, निर्वाण प्राप्त हो गया है, तो मुझे अब किसी चीज की आवश्यकता नहीं है. I don't need anything, because what am I going to need? I have everything already. I have the bliss of Brahman inside my heart. तो जिस ब्रह्मांड से ये, this earth is nothing but a little dust particle, mind you. 1 million earths can fit into one sun. And what is earth then? And what is our little body? What is our little Sacramento, or wherever we live, or whatever, this we have, that we have, and in that, what is our house? So we just have to live in gratitude only. Gratitude. So he says, Lord Rama says, I laugh at my previous desires which were founded upon my identification with the physical body. So he's being very truthful. He's saying, listen, I had all these desires. I want to eat this, I want those clothes, I want this kind of a life partner, etc., etc. He says, so those were my desires. Now, he says, it feels like a distant memory and I smile. Now, your radiant teachings have removed the illusions that assailed my mind. तो बोलते हैं, हे गुरु, राम भगवान राम बोल रहे हैं, हे गुरु अपने गुरु जी को, वशिष्ठ मुनि को, कि आपकी विद्या से, आपके प्रकाश से मेरी सब भ्रम दूर हो गए हैं जो मेरे मन को परेशान करते थे. ड्यू टू योर ग्रेस, ड्यू टू योर एक्सप्लेनिंग, माई माइंड हैज नाउ बिकम प्योर, clear, just like a lake. When the lake is turbulent, when there are lots of ripples, they will not be able to catch the reflection. अगर प्रतिबिंब देखना है तो एकदम शांत कीजिए. जब लेक एकदम शांत हो जाएगा, totally calm, then everything comes in the reflection of the lake. Everything, even a little bird flying up top you can see. Plus you can see all the rocks, every stone inside, every tadpole even moving. You can see because it is totally clear. ऐसे ही जब हमारा अंतःकरण स्वच्छ हो जाएगा तो हमारा मन भी शांत हो जाता है. When your mind is calm, peace automatically comes. When you sleep, why do you sleep? What is sleep? Have you ever thought about it? निद्रा क्या है? गूढ़ निद्रा क्या है? क्यों हमारा? Because your mind becomes totally calm and it goes inside your heart, which is very close to your आत्मा. तो जब आपका हृदय में मन आ जाता है तो मन शांत हो जाता है. Have you noticed when people are sitting and sleeping, like sometimes they're very tired, they sit on a chair and they fall asleep. What happens? The head will go down, isn't it? Why? Have you ever thought why the head goes down? Because the mind now wants to go back to the heart. You are sleeping, it's relaxed, it has three homes. And when it's here in the head, it is always agitated. But now you are sleeping, so it's no longer agitated, it also calms down. तो ये ज्ञान है. I laugh at my previous desires. So he says, now I have no need for instructions or scriptures or relatives, nor have I any need to renounce them. Please understand these deep statements. They are very, very deep and very high state hona chahiye. When we say I have no need for instructions or scriptures, don't get deluded. None of us should get deluded. If anything, we should be reading lot of scriptures, lot of sadhana, lot of sattva, lot of purity till we get to that. When you get to that state, then you can say, okay, now I don't need. But if you are not enlightened, if we haven't reached that state, we have no right to say we have no need for scriptures. Actually, every day we should be spending time with our scriptures, with our japa, with our rituals, with our sadhana, because it is so easy to slip. You climb and climb so easy, hard. Snakes and ladders, huh? Snakes and ladders. 99 you reach, a big snake bites you. Back to 3. So don't ever say हम बहुत बड़े साधक बन गए हैं. Oh, I know a lot, I have read a lot, I know this, I know that, I have read so many religions, I know so many philosophies, I have read so much theory. All that is okay, and you even may be really doing it, sincerely doing it, but it takes is one dejection, one bad experience, and then if you are not strong enough, you will fall down. Then that is the time when, this is why we need gurus, we need scriptures, we need guidance, because the scriptures will tell you one thing and another thing at the same time. They will tell you this is good and not good at the same time. So how would you know what is where? It's the context that matters. A kindergartner is taught differently than a PhD student or a master's degree student. Why? Why? Because there are different levels. ठीक है, ये समझना पड़ता है. इसीलिए जो हमारे ग्रंथ हैं, स्क्रिप्चर्स हैं, they have deeply analyzed everything, and therefore they are speaking to different audiences at different times. You understand? So when you read it, you cannot just say everything is for everybody all the time. It doesn't work like that. So you need somebody who has more experience than you, who can guide you. That person is a guru, because he knows more than you do. He can guide you. So that is what matters. So now he says, I have no need for anything. Whether it comes or it goes, it's both ways, it's okay. Although perceiving the world with my senses, I am fully established in the conviction that this world is an appearance only. It is nothing but the ether of consciousness. So he's now, Lord Rama says, I know that the senses will get attracted to forms of sight, taste, touch, smell. All that will happen, but sound, all that will happen, but inwardly I know it's all a mirage, because that also happens in your sleep, isn't it so? अपने सपने में नहीं देखते हो आप, सुंदर सुंदर आकृतियां आती हैं, कलर्स आते हैं, सुगंध आती है. हाउ डू यू सी इट? ऑल दीज सेंसेस आर आल्सो वर्किंग इन योर स्लीप, but your body is not working. Body is sleeping, isn't it? So here Lord Rama is saying the same thing, that everything is there, but I have no need. I recognize it inwardly. I am detached, and it is all like ether of consciousness. Jaise you cannot hold sky in your fist, can you? It's already there. You can say space is there, but you cannot show it to anybody that this is my sky that I have caught. So I am content with things as they are, with duties as they present themselves to me, and with events as they develop in my life. तो जैसे जैसे ये हमारे जीवन में जो कुछ भी होता है, उससे मेरे को पूर्ण तृप्ति है. I am totally contented and I need nothing more. So with this, our time is up for today, and we will continue this journey of Lord Rama's blissful experience that he has received from his Guru. But both are required. Self-effort, divine grace, disciple, Guru, both have to do their part. Only then it's a strong relationship that will result in evolution. Otherwise, it will be just theoretical knowledge. So इस ध्यान के साथ हम आज का सत्संग एंड करते हैं. Thank you to all of you lovely divine souls, and may God continue to bless each of you as you continue your lovely journey. So Radha ji, आप हैं, योगिनी जी, let me see all these people, all of you who are here. Blessings to each of you. Roshni ji, and David ji is here. Of course, he's on the Zoom call, that's why I started his story there. And Shankar ji, pranams. Or Meera ji, you are, I'm so happy that you joined us. I know you are happy, and thank you for your post today. And it gives me great joy to see you are such a beautiful aspirant and working so hard, especially all the YouTube videos you are watching. Lovely. Priya ji, pranams to you. Always like a rock, you are there in the satsang and also gently guiding everybody with your wisdom. Continue to do so. Kamla Ram ji, आपको प्रणाम है. I don't know, I don't think आप रेगुलर हैं, बट आपको प्रणाम है, आज आप सत्संग में आई हैं. तो and David ji is here also in Facebook. So beautiful. May there be peace. Absolutely. And I hope you enjoyed the story that you requested we cover today. And Rupali Gaurji is here. Pranams. She says pranams Guruji, and she is my bodily sister. So blessings to you from India. रूपाली जी, बहुत आशीर्वाद आपको, आपके परिवार को और सब समस्त जनों को. आप भी इस सत्संग के माध्यम से जुड़ जाइए हमसे. बहुत सुख की बात है, क्योंकि यही जीवन में काम आता है. तरन जी, आई होप यू आर फीलिंग बेटर. थैंक यू फॉर योर continuous support, dedication, bhakti. And Yogini ji, of course, it is always good with all the help and love you give us, and your beautiful group that you have created for so many. So blessings. And Manishi Pallavi ji, Manishi ji is related to Swami JyotirmayAnanda. I want everybody to know she's a doctor. She used to be here in USA, but now she's gone to India. तो आपको प्रणाम हो. और बहुत आशीर्वाद, and she is now following our teachings whenever she can find time, so which is wonderful. And Sushila Prasad ji, Hari Om Tat Sat. Sushila ji lives in New Zealand, a beautiful devotee, and part of Swami LP's family, and a great supporter. And thank you for your generous donation, Sushila ji. She has been contributing to our not for profit with a lot of love. So may God bless you, and Taranji also, for your donations that you help our not for profit is greatly appreciated. और हेमंत दुबे जी, ओम नमो नारायण, आपको भी बहुत बहुत प्रणाम. मे गॉड ब्लेस यू. रोशनी जी आपको भी, और जो रह गए हों, और भूपेंद्र पटेल जी, ओम तत्सत, गुरु जी प्रणाम आप बोलते हैं, आपको भी बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद. सुषमा जी, आप कितना सेवा करती हैं स्वामी एलपी का हमारा. यू आर, शी इज़ अ ब्यूटिफुल सोल. सुषमा जी lives close by, so she comes to our home often and does many chores, things for us to help us. So all of you are very blessed souls, and we feel very blessed with each of you. तो भगवान आप सबका मंगल करें. May these teachings go deep in your heart, and may you all be saturated with divine love. So with this thought, let us do Aarti together, and then we will conclude the satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat. And we will see you on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock Sacramento time. ठीक है, आपको संडे को भगवत गीता हमारा रहेगा, तो वो हम इकट्ठा करेंगे. हरि ओम तत्सत. ओम Hari Om. Okay, so let us जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक, विघ्न विनायक श्री गणेशा. जय जय आरती सुब्रह्मण्य, सुब्रह्मण्य कार्तिकेया. जय जय आरती वेणुगोपाला, वेणुगोपाला वेणुलोला. पाप विदुरा नवनीत चोरा. जय जय आरती वेंकटरमणा, वेंकटरमणा संकट हरणा. सीतारामा राधे श्यामा. जय जय आरती गौरी मनोहर, गौरी मनोहर भवानी शंकर. सांबा सदा शिव उमा महेश्वर. जय जय आरती राजराजेश्वरी, राजराजेश्वरी त्रिपुर सुंदरी. महाकाली, महालक्ष्मी, महासरस्वती, महाशक्ति. जय जय आरती आंजनेया, आंजनेया हनुमंता. जय जय आरती दत्तात्रेया, दत्तात्रेया त्रिमूर्ति अवतारा. जय जय आरती सद्गुरुनाथा, सद्गुरुनाथा शिवानंदा. सद्गुरुनाथा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा. जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकं, नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतोऽयम् अग्निः. तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं, तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा पराधं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्मग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिनः। अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन्यं चतुर्विधं। हरिः ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Let us all chant three Triambakam mantras for world peace and for all the stress going on, whether it's in Israel or Ukraine and Russia or Palestine, Gaza. Even in every country there is pain and hurt and stress. So may these Triambakam mantras reach these souls and guide them and help them, and may this world become a more peaceful place. Three times. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। आप सबको दंडवत प्रणाम। I also noticed Rohit ji is here and Shankar ji, of course, all of you divine souls. आप सबका मंगल हो। मंगलवार को संडे को हम भगवत गीता के लिए प्रस्तुत होंगे। संडे मॉर्निंग 11 o'clock. Please join us for Bhagavad Gita. May God bless you. Stay healthy, stay safe. Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti. And follow the path of integral yoga, holistic yoga, karma, bhakti, dhyana, jnana, action, devotion, meditation, wisdom. So all of these little, not too much, whatever you can do. Work is worship also, remember that. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat.